Good morning, all of you. As you know, we are on chapter 2, class 11th accountancy and theory base of accounting. So today I am going to explain you more concepts. Yesterday in previous class I explained you 5 concepts and today we will move on for the concepts of accounting. Yesterday I explained you GAAP, GAAP, generally accepted accounting principles, and today again I am going to explain you remaining concepts. So for remaining concepts, I am going to show you some PPTs, and on the basis of that, I will explain you all the concepts today. See, yesterday we were on these two. Business entity, first concept, means the entity of business is separate from its owners. Business and businessman, two different terms are in accountancy. Second was money measurement. See, money measurement means only those transactions we can enter in the books of accounts which can be expressed in terms of money, or money measurement concept says only those transactions should be entered which you express in terms of money. Like if you want to enter the AC in your book, you have to enter the value, not the capacity, not the name of company. Okay? Same for every asset. In the books, businessman should enter the transactions which are in monetary terms. Then going concern, the business will last for a long time. It will not be shut down in near future. Okay, the next accounting period, I explained you yesterday. Financial year or fiscal year is from 1st April to 31st March in India. And this is for the point of view of income tax also. The accounting period should be also clear. Then cost concept. Yesterday I gave you the example. Historical cost concept means the value which is shown in the books should be acquisition or purchase price plus expenditure on that day. So the value should be shown on that price, not on the present price or the market value, because it changes every year, year by year. Then now today's topic is dual aspect. Dual aspect means all the entries have two sides, receiving and giving, inflow, outflow. So on the basis of that, one transaction is debit, another is credit. Multiple debit and multiple credit is also possible, but accounting concept is based on dual aspect. Means, see, the name of your book is double entry bookkeeping system, because every transaction has two sides effect, comes in, goes out, receiver, giver, inflow, outflow, debit, credit. Same here, accounting concepts also entered by two aspects, receiving aspects and giving aspects. For every debit, there is some corresponding credit. Okay, I am giving you example. Like I bought a car. What comes in? Car. What goes out? Cash or payment from bank. Something is coming, something is going. Receiving and giving, inflow or outflow. This is the way. If I receive payment from Amitabh Bachchan. What comes in? Cash. Who is the giver? Amitabh Bachchan. So there are two sides always. That's why accounting is based on dual aspect. Double entry system, that's why it is known as dual aspect. Someone is giving, someone is receiving. Okay. So dual aspect means there are two sides, double entry system, two sides. Always every transaction has two aspects. Okay, like I sold goods to Mr. Ambani. Who is the receiver? Mr. Ambani. What is going out? Goods means sales. So every transaction has two sides. Whenever you will post the entry, you will think two things. Who is the receiver? Who is the giver? What comes in? What goes out? What are the expenditures? What are the incomes? Means in every transaction there will be two sides. That's why it is known as dual aspect. Okay. The next, revenue recognition. Revenue is earned or recognized at the point of sale. See, credit sales you are doing in present date. Credit means, I explain you, credit means the goods you are selling or purchasing on the credit basis means you are not giving or receiving cash payment in present. That will be, transactions will be held in the any future date. So, according to revenue recognition concept, revenue is earned or recognized at the point of sale. It means sales is recorded when the goods are sold on cash or credit. Means you have to enter in the books whether it is cash or it is credit. It doesn't matter. Revenue recognition concept says you have to enter in the books the transaction according to chronological order immediately, whether the payment will receive in future or not. If that payment will not receive, that will be termed as bad debts. But according to revenue recognition concept, revenue is earned or recognized at the point of sale. See example. Sale is recorded when the goods are sold on cash or credit. Rent receivable for the current year is recorded even if it is not received. That will be termed as accrued. Rent receivable for the current year, but the tenant is not giving you the rent. You have to enter it. Even if it is not received, because according to revenue recognition, you have to enter the transaction at the point. Then 8th. This is the important concept in my opinion. Matching concept. See the slide. Expenses or revenues should be matched. Matched means should be matched with the same period. See, in my accounts, I am recording the expenditure of current year and income of previous year. Is it possible? No, that will be wrong. That's why matching concept says that expenses and revenues should be of the same accounting year. Means they should relate to the same accounting year, not when they are paid. Matching concept says expenses and revenues should be matched with the same year or of that during that time period only. See, expenses incurred in accounting period should be matched with revenue during that period. Expenses like salary, rent, insurance, depreciation should be recorded in the period to which they relate and not when these are paid. Maybe that will be paid in future date. At present, they are termed as outstanding. Outstanding means due but not paid. Okay, so matching concept says both should be matched of the same time period. I gave you the example just now. Yes, expenses I am showing of current year and income of previous year. That is not possible. Income, revenue, expenses, both should be of same time period in that accounts. Full disclosure. This is the accounting concept which is related with information. This concept says that every businessman should disclose all the information honestly in the accounts. Either if they don't want to show it, they should show it as footnote, as additional information. But complete disclosure is necessary. See, some businessmen, for tax evasion, they don't disclose the complete information. That will be not fair, that will be not good, and that is accounts are not prepared honestly. Businessmen should show complete information, whether it is for the benefit or not. See, yesterday I read in article in newspaper, Mr. Narayan Murthy, he told in his interview that they face huge loss in the previous year, but they disclose it in the general meeting to all the shareholders and investors, even in their accounts. That was their mistake, but honestly they showed it. They explain it to the investors. That's why full disclosure concept says that accounting statements. What are the accounting statements? All. Voucher, general, ledger, trial balance, trading account, P&L account, balance sheet, means all the financial statements must be prepared honestly, without biasness, without partiality, without hiding anything, and should contain all relevant material information. Yes, see the point? Relevant information. I gave you 4 qualities of accounting information. What are the 4 qualities? Yes, reliable, relevant, understandable, comparable. That all 4 qualities required by the accounting statements. All 4 qualities. What are the 4 qualities? R square UC means full disclosure of relevant information. That should be reliable, that should be understandable, that should be comparable. That's why full disclosure principle is necessary. Otherwise, any businessman, anyone can cheat the common public, government, okay, investors. That's why it is necessary to show the accounts by full disclosure way. Accounting statements must be prepared honestly, and it should contain all relevant, reliable, understandable information and their accompanying footnotes regarding the financial position of the business. Example, if the organization is changing the method of valuation of inventory, FIFO or LIFO, you don't know about FIFO and LIFO, I'll tell you. FIFO means first in, first out. LIFO means last in, first out. These are the methods of valuation of stock, valuation of inventory. So the organization, if the organization is changing anything, they should be disclosed. Every information should be clear, understandable. They should not hide any information from the investors or in the accounts books. What are the true value of their assets? What are their liabilities? What are their expenditures? What are their profits? Everything they should disclose. According to this principle, all the informations must be prepared honestly, without biasness, without partiality, without hiding anything. It means the information should be shown clearly, understandable, reliable and relevant information. That should be full disclose. It means they should not hide anything. If they are preparing any reserves, they should show it. If they are going to give the bonus shares or bonus, they should show it. Every information related to the business that should be shown in the books. This principle says that businessman should show the information in reliable, relevant, understandable and comparable way so anyone can take accurate decisions from them. 10th principle is consistency. What is the meaning of consistency? Consistency means the policies, programs, rules, methods should be uniform and consistent. That should not be changed frequently. What is the meaning of this principle, or what is the aim of this principle or this concept is that accounting policies, rules, practices followed should be uniform and consistent. These should not be changed frequently. Like methods of valuation of inventory, methods of charging depreciation. See, there are various methods of charging of depreciation. Fixed method, depreciation remains fixed. Diminishing value method, depreciation reduce every year. So every method will give the different results. That's why this principle says that rules, policies, practices, methods should be uniform, consistent. It should not be changed out frequently. Otherwise, there will be problem in accurate decisions. Accurate final outcome will not become. Accurate profits will not be there. See, just now I am giving you the example. If a businessman is using first fixed method, then in the next year he changed the method and diminishing method he opted. Then again in the third year he used asset disposal method. There will be problem then, because every time there will be different method. I am giving you example for you. Yes, students, for you I am giving you the example. See, the smart class or the online class or the school timings are consistent now from many days. If that will change daily, there will be problem. There will be confusion. That's why, same way. That's why, okay, in CBSE, for all the 5 papers, they gave you the previous timetable in advance. Even the time slot also given. That is consistent. Otherwise, what will be the problem you will face? Every time you have to think. There will be confusion. What is the time? That's why for accounting, it is necessary to follow some method for few years. Don't change them frequently. Okay, so today we completed 5 concepts. First, yesterday we completed historical cost. Then 6th is dual aspect. Every transaction has 2 sides, 2 effects. Revenue recognition means revenue is earned or recognized at the point of sale. It means you have to record it even it is received or not. Then 8, matching concept. Matching concept means, see, in a simple way, expenditures and revenues both should be of same time period. That should not be of different time periods. Then how you will come to know the final results, final outcome? You will not get through financial position as well as through profit or loss. Full disclosure means the complete information should be shown honestly. All the related information should be shown. Full disclosure means you have to show each and everything. You should not hide anything. See, for tax evasion, I am giving you the example. Few businessmen sell the goods without giving any voucher, without making any bill, because they want to escape. They want to they don't want to give the taxes. So tax evasion, for tax evasion, they are not making bill. They are not showing accurate sales. This is wrong. So full disclosure means the businessman should show complete information. Then consistency means the method should not be changed frequently. Otherwise, there will be problem to know the actual financial position, actual profit and loss. The businessman will not get the actual profits. So today we completed 5 accounting concepts and we are on the chapter 2 theory base of accounting and we completed total 10 concepts. Today I explained you dual aspect concept means every transaction has 2 sides, 2 effects. Consistency concept means businessman should follow the same rules, same methods that should not be changed frequently. Full disclosure means the businessman should not hide anything from the investors, from the management. The business should disclose each and everything. Okay, so I am sure you all must understood today's topic.